Vapor pressure. There are gases, hydrogen, helium, methane, likewise. These gas exerts pressure. Already we learned in states of matter. Gases exerts pressure only. We never call it as vapor pressure. So there is a minute difference between the pressure and vapor pressure. So application itself should be very careful. What is pressure and what is vapor pressure? If gas is available at room temperature, they exist pressure on the walls of the container. That is called normally pressure, which is obeying ideal gas equation. PV is equal to nRT. So that is a normal gas, hydrogen, helium, methane. That means at room temperature, they should be available in gaseous state. For example, if you take a water bottle, water evaporates slowly. The water in liquid state changes into gaseous state. This gas is not called water gas. It is called water vapor. If it is helium, it is called helium gas. If gas that is formed from the liquid, then it is not called that gas. If water is coming out in the form of gaseous state, it is called just water vapor, not water gas. Water gas is different. CO plus H2 is water gas. For example, if ethyl alcohol is there, that is you know very well, that is ethyl alcohol liquor that is available in the liquid state, that comes out in the form of gaseous state. That is never be called as ethyl alcohol gas. Instead, you should call it as ethyl alcohol vapor. So there is a difference between the vapor and gas. Vapor comes from volatile liquids. Volatile liquids means which undergo evaporation at different temperatures. That is called volatile liquid. Mercury is also liquid, right? Metallic liquid. It is not a volatile liquid because mercury is a metal. If you keep mercury in a room, it will be lasting for many years because that vapor is not volatile. So in such a case, mercury doesn't have any vapor. So that is called non-volatile liquid. So in such a case, vapor is not defined. But high temperatures may be, but in such a case, vapor is not defined. For ethyl alcohol, vapor is there. For petrol, vapor is there. For water, vapor is there. That means for any volatile liquid, vapor is there. We are studying about the vapor pressure. This vapor exerts pressure on the surface of its liquid. That is called vapor pressure. Keep this aside. If a nitrogen is taken in this room, nitrogen exerts pressure on the walls of the container. That means they make bombardments on the walls of the container. This number of collisions on the walls of container is called pressure. That is by the nitrogen or whatever the gas that is present in the room. So pressure means for normal gases, it is exerting number of collisions on the walls of the container. Vapor pressure is not on the walls of the container. It is on the liquid surface, on its liquid surface, whenever it is in the equilibrium state, for example. So this is applied for vapor pressure is for volatile liquids. Consider this beaker. It has some water. If this beaker is kept open, then after few days, this water will be vanishing out. Water will not be present there. That is a common sense for any human being. If water is kept here in an open beaker, water goes in vapor state. If this is closed in a bell jar, likewise, that means water vapor is not escaping. First, initially, this water evaporates and changes into H2O gas. And it evaporates, and after a certain period, there is no chance of evaporation for it. In such a case, what happens? These vapor molecules come closer and closer. So first, rate of evaporation takes place, then these molecules try to condense back. So evaporation takes place in one direction, condensation takes place in another direction. This is called forward and backward reaction. Therefore, here rate of evaporation is equal to rate of condensation. Rate of evaporation is equal to rate of condensation. This system is called equilibrium point. Equilibrium point. That is at equilibrium point. That means evaporation and condensation. At this point, this vapor, that is vapor, exerts some pressure on the liquid surface. That is defined on the unit surface. This gas or vapor, actual vapor, exerts pressure on its own liquid. That is called vapor pressure. That is also known as saturated vapor pressure. You may call it as vapor pressure or saturated vapor pressure. Once it is established in equilibrium, that is nothing but saturated vapor pressure. So at this moment, that is at equilibrium point, the rate of evaporation and condensation is equal. Therefore, the pressure exerted by vapor on its liquid surface, at equilibrium is called vapor pressure, or simply you may call it as saturated vapor pressure. Vapor pressure. So this is the basic. Now, this vapor pressure depends on temperature. If temperature is increased, evaporation increases. Then rate of evaporation increases. The vapor may be more. At high temperature, vapor may be more. Therefore, pressure is also more. So with the rise of temperature, vapor pressure increases. So vapor pressure depends on temperature. So vapor pressure depends on nature of the liquid, and also on temperature. Nature of the liquid and also on temperature. Okay, one by one. Now look at this. If H2O is taken, that is water is taken, as the temperature increases, vapor pressure also increases. To what extent? For H2O, if temperature is risen to 100 degrees centigrade, then after 100 degrees centigrade, there is no question of vapor phase definition. Why? Because once the temperature reaches 100 degrees centigrade, the water becomes boiled. Boil means completely changes into vapor state. There is no question of liquid surface available there. As a result, if 100 degrees increases, more than 100, there is no question of vapor phase. So maximum temperature for any liquid that is applied is its boiling point. So maximum vapor pressure for any liquid. How much? Tell me. At boiling point, what is the pressure? For any liquid, what is the atmosphere pressure? 1. Boiling point means to overcome this pressure, the temperature applied to the liquid. So for any liquid, at boiling point, what is the vapor pressure? It should be equal to atmosphere pressure. So this is the basic definition of boiling point. Boiling point means the vapor pressure of the liquid should be equal to atmosphere pressure. What is atmosphere? Always 1 atmosphere. It is not at all changed. So for any liquid, maximum vapor pressure V is 760. So maximum vapor pressure for any liquid is 760 mmHg, or equal to 1 atmosphere. 1 atmosphere for any liquid. So it never goes beyond 760. Maximum will be 760 because it's a boiling point. So boiling point varies from liquid to liquid. So based on the boiling point, vapor pressure is also different. Therefore, as the temperature increases, vapor pressure also increases. Maximum vapor pressure of any liquid is 760, right? Vapor pressure and temperature, vapor pressure and temperature are not related mathematically. Are not related mathematically. What does it mean? Vapor pressure of a liquid and temperature are not related mathematically. In gaseous state, temperature and the pressure is related. In case of PV is equal to RT, try to recollect. In case of PV is equal to RT, pressure is related to temperature. PV is equal to RT, pressure is directly proportional to temperature. The temperature is in Kelvin, it may be 300, 400, 500, but here there is no relation between the pressure, vapor pressure and temperature. But with the rise of temperature, vapor pressure increases. For example, vapor pressure of water is say 300 at 50 degrees, right? 760 at 100 degrees centigrade. That means with rise of temperature, vapor pressure increasing, but there is no relation between temperature and pressure. That means mathematical relation means there should be some relation. For example, if I work 1 hour, I get 10 marks. If I say there is a mathematical relation in this, if I work 1 hour, I get 10 marks. If I work 2 hours, I should get 20 marks. If I get 3 hours, I should get 30 marks. This is the mathematical relation. But there is a relation. My work increases, the marks also increases. If I work 1 hour, I get 12 marks. If I work 2 hours, I may get 13 marks or 14 marks. Marks may be increased, but there is no any kind of proportionality. So that is a point to be understood. So here vapor pressure and temperature are related or not related mathematically, but the graphs will be like this. Look at this. These are some graphs. This is called vapor pressure. This is the temperature. Maximum vapor pressure of any liquid, I told you, is nothing but 1 atmosphere. At 1 atmosphere, the temperature applied is nothing but boiling point. So this is 760 mmHg. This is 760 mmHg, right? Now look at this is one, and this is another liquid. This is another liquid. Likewise. And this is how much? 760. This is T1. This is T2. Say this is either C2H5, the ethyl ether, and this is ethyl alcohol, and this is C6H6 benzene. This is octane. Tell me, out of these 4 liquids, which liquid has more boiling point? This is the vapor. For every liquid, the vapor pressure is 760 maximum. The 760 value corresponds to its boiling temperature. So diethyl ether has T1, ethyl alcohol has T2, then benzene has how much value? T3, and here octane T4. So T1 to T2 increases, likewise the temperature increases. Which liquid has high boiling point? Octane has high boiling point. Either has less boiling point. Either has less boiling, because this point is always corresponds to 1 atmosphere. The temperature corresponding to this point is called boiling point. For any liquid, maximum vapor pressure is 760 level. Therefore, this is the case. So boiling point is in order of this is liquid A, B, C, D. Boiling point is in order A less than B, less than C, less than D. Vapor pressure. More the vapor pressure, So at low temperature only it has more vapor pressure. At low temperature only it has more vapor pressure. At high temperature, okay, its vapor pressure equal to. So keep the temperature. So this is the reverse. In case of vapor pressure, the order will be like this. Easily evaporating liquid has a low boiling point. So either has a low boiling point, that means easily evaporates. Therefore, low boiling point. Therefore, vapor pressure will be more. So vapor pressure is more for low boiling point liquids. Vapor pressure is more for low boiling point liquids. And boiling point order will be like this. So for this is the case. So A has a low boiling point, therefore vapor pressure will be more. The inversely related vapor pressure, right? This is the another case next. Tell me one point. Vapor pressure depends upon the surface area. That means, for example, if I take glass of water, if I take saucer of water, if I take bucket of water, tell me, keeping temperature constant for all the three systems, in which case the vapor pressure is more. For example, so this is the one beaker, this is another beaker, this is another saucer. In this, water is there. A, B, C. In everywhere, water is there. At 30 degrees, which has more vapor pressure? At 30 degrees, which has more vapor pressure? More surface area causes more vapor pressure. Less surface area causes less vapor pressure. It appears. It may be in the direction also, but it is meaningless to think. Vapor pressure depends only on temperature. So vapor pressure does not depend upon the surface area. Commonly apply this. If based on the surface area, if vapor pressure changes, the boiling point also changes. Because boiling points and vapor pressure are inversely related. More the vapor pressure, lesser the boiling point. Based on the beaker, if vapor pressure changes, what does it mean? The boiling points also changes. So boiling point of water, in this beaker also 100 degrees centigrade, this beaker is also 100 degrees centigrade, this saucer is also having 100 degrees centigrade. Therefore, the never vapor pressure depends on the surface area, whatever the beaker may be. But one thing depends, the rate of evaporation changes. Here, which liquid evaporates easily? More the surface area, more easily evaporating. The rate of evaporation means the liquid changing into gas. That may be definitely depending upon the surface area. But the vapor pressure never depends upon the surface area. So vapor pressure depends only on temperature. But the rate of evaporation changes with the change of surface area. This is the case with the vapor pressure. I think it is very clear. 3 points. Vapor pressure depends only on temperature. Vapor pressure does not depend on the surface area. Maximum vapor pressure of any liquid is 760. More volatile liquid has low boiling point, and vice versa. Vapor pressure is applicable only for liquids, not for the gases. Already we have discussed Henry's law. Henry's law is applicable for the gases and liquids. Now we are going for liquids and liquid case. In the third case, solids and liquid case. Henry's law. That already I told you. Now, Raoult's law. This explains solubility of liquid in liquid. Liquid in liquid. In Henry's law, gas in liquid. Here, liquid in liquid. Right? And in this, according to Raoult's law, vapor pressure of a liquid is directly proportional to mole fraction of liquid. For example, if two liquids are present in a beaker, if two liquids, A and B, we are calculating the vapor pressure of A. We can calculate the vapor pressure of B also. For that, the basic definition is vapor pressure of liquid is directly proportional to the mole fraction of that. That is PA, that is liquid A. That is PA, that is the vapor pressure of liquid A, XA is there. This can be written as PA is equal to XA into P naught. This PA, vapor pressure of A, XA, mole fraction of A. P naught vapor pressure of liquid in pure state. Vapor pressure of liquid in pure state. That means no other liquid is joined with it. Only it is available. That means in pure state, P naught. For example, if benzene and toluene is mixed, we are calculating the vapor pressure of benzene. If benzene is alone, without mixing another, it has some vapor pressure. That is, if benzene is mixed with the toluene, know this. This is the vapor pressure of A in mixture. This is the mole fraction of A in that mixture. Because mole fraction comes when there is two substance. What is P naught A? Vapor pressure of liquid in pure state. This is the Raoult's law. Once again, I am repeating. PA is proportional to XA in mixture, right? And XA where proportionality is removed and P naught is multiplied. And this is the case. This is called Raoult's law. Right? Okay. So, for example, A plus B, where A is toluene, T-O-L-U-N-E, toluene. B is benzene. Two liquids are there. Two liquids are taken. This liquid evaporates and exerts pressure on this. This liquid also evaporates and exerts pressure on this. The partial pressure, that means two substances are there. Then we can apply the partial pressure, right? Now, consider this example. So we know by taking A, partial pressure of A is equal to mole fraction of A into P naught. Into P naught, right? This what is P naught? This is nothing but vapor pressure of A in, that is toluene. Partial pressure of toluene, mole fraction of toluene, vapor pressure of toluene in pure state. And now this PB is equal to XB into P naught. This is second equation. What does this tell me? What is B? Benzene, partial pressure is equal to mole fraction of benzene. Partial pressure of benzene is equal to mole fraction of benzene into vapor pressure in pure state. Partial pressure of A, that is toluene, mole fraction of A into pure state. These values are in pure state. Now, what is the total pressure? In Dalton's law, total pressure is nothing but sum of partial pressure. Total pressure of the mixer, total pressure is equal to PA plus PB, right? Partial pressure of A plus partial pressure of B is equal to total pressure. This can be written as like this. XA P naught plus XB P naught A P naught B, right? Why? Because P naught A means vapor pressure in pure state. And this is, so here I have written like this, right or wrong? XA, and this is the P naught means pure. Now look at this. P naught A 1 minus XB can be written, since XA plus XB is equal to 1. Sum of mole fraction is always equal to 1. So XA P naught A plus XB P naught B can be written as P naught A into 1 minus XB plus XB into P naught B. Now, common P naught A minus P naught A XB plus XB P naught B, right? So here P naught A plus common P naught B minus P naught A into XB. This is the mathematical relation. Or, right? Or you may write like this. Or total pressure is equal to P naught B plus P naught A minus P naught B into XA. Look at this. This is in terms of mole fraction is completely taken in terms of B. That is in terms of benzene. Here mole fraction is taken in terms of toluene A. Likewise, it varies. So both can be used, right? This is the Raoult's law expression.